About 20 years ago, my middle school teacher told me something that would help me for the rest of my life. She said, "Gary, you are an idiot." And she meant it, and it hurt so much to hear at that time, and it set up for endless teasing of my classmates for that year. But today, that is the motto by which I live my life: be an idiot. Because once I embraced that name idiot, the first thing is admit to myself I lack knowledge. And when you don't have any knowledge, all you can do is listen. And I was at that time too afraid to talk to anybody, including my classmates, but just by listening, I would learn a lot of things about them, including all the things they wanted to buy, but their parents would never buy for them. And use that to start my first business, where I bought those items, sold it to my classmates, worked with them to create installment plans to pay me back over time. I was Flipkart, I was a bank, all in one, in the classroom, all by listening. And I took that listening skill and I brought it all the way through college, where when I graduated, I got a fancy job at an investment bank, high paying, super prestigious. But during a year in 2007, 2008, where the entire financial sector collapsed, my bank goes bankrupt, all my friends are out of a job, I'm out of a job, and what do I do in all that chaos? I take a trip to India, because that idea made sense to 0 people at the time. And that trip too was a disaster. I had all these plans, but in the first week, I get food poisoned by a panipuri. My camera gets broken when a car hits a rickshaw and tips it over while I'm in it. I lose my wallet in Jaipur, and I pretend to be a tour guide to try and make some money because I had none at that point. And for that one, actually, I have to apologize to the people I tour guided who have an extremely incorrect understanding of why the pink city is pink now. It was a disaster, but I loved every second of it. Because it was in this country that I came to realize that problems that I face are always going to be opportunities others will solve. And since knowing that, year after year, I came back to this country to look for opportunity, of which the most important one was in 2013 when I was teaching in the villages of West Bengal. And it was that time when I first started hearing this narrative that everybody needs to move to the city. Everybody needs an IT job. But when I was in the villages, you hear a very different narrative just listening to them. One panchayat in the district of Bardhaman, he said, "We don't need another NGO telling us what to do. We just want to be heard. And we need economic stability because that gives us the dignity of choice of how to live our life." And the more we heard that narrative, the more we knew that economic stability is what we had to go for. And because all these villages we were teaching in had so many artisans of amazing talent and loved their work, but were just getting exploited in the market, making less than 5% of the value of their work back to them, we wanted to take artisan skill and use that as the basis of this economic revival. It made so much sense that I went back to the Silicon Valley when I grew up to raise money for this initiative. To which even my closest mentor looked at me and he said, "Are you stupid? You're a Chinese American in a country you knew very little about, in an industry you know nothing about. You will fail." And that was the encouragement I needed to go and chase this idea. Because remember, he said, "I don't know anything about this," but when you don't know anything, you listen. And so I chased down every craft company I could, listened to the problems they had. All the artisans I knew listened to the problems they had. And in 2014, me and a co-founder started a new organization to redefine the way the artist segment works and their business works. We created tools to let them ship their goods without ever using a postal service, to get paid from around the world without ever using a conventional bank, and to take their physical art and sell it in purely digital form around the world, creating for a value chain that didn't deliver 5%, but well over 10 times that. Creating for hundreds of artisans across 10 states where we operate in India, a fully sustainable economic livelihood, but all along the way being called an idiot, even today. But that was the key to our success. Because even though I didn't know anything about the craft sector or the world of art before this started, I knew the art of being an idiot. To always listen and observe. To take the insults of others and empower yourself based on it. And to know that who I am, who all of you are right now, is enough to go on a journey to make impact in the world. Because blockchain machine learning, AI, IoT, if you don't know any of these things, it's fine. Because many of the things that will change the world do not have a buzzword associated yet. And they need all of you to search for those and shine a light on these new frontiers so others can make buzzwords about them. And it will be hard. But that pain is the difference between an idea that will just satisfy the world versus an idea that will truly change it. Thank you.